Hello and welcome from Caravan Salon 2020-2021 range from Dreamer, the part of the Rapido group, and I've got here a car which sort of has a doubles as a camper as well. Okay, so you've got 4 sleeping places, 6 sitting places, and in a car under 5 meters, 497 centimeters in total. So this thing here is called the Cap Coast. It costs 61,300. Starts off at 46,500 approximately, and so it's got quite a lot of extras in it. And here's a good point here. It says for free time or knocking around the city. Well, it's not quite saying knocking around the city, it says city. So it's got the seats are modular. It's got a kitchen with a 40-litre compression or electric, shall we say, 2-way fridge, and it's made of lightweight materials. And right, so you've got some of the details of it there. The lights have just gone on, so I don't have to turn them on myself. And what do you think? I need to point one thing out here, that the floor doesn't look very good. This is just been flooring. It's been put in for the event to protect the floor, because they're going to want to sell this van, and if people damage the floor, it's not going to. But just to make the point, that's what the floor looks like. So you've got to sort of ignore that one. Now, I have noticed that these cars are getting more sensible as far as the camping is concerned. But at the end of the day, if you want a camper, you get a camper. And I get a camper that can be used as a car, rather than get a car that can be used as a camper. And the reason for it, I do appreciate, is but a camper, at the end of the day, you probably want to use the toilet, and you may occasionally want to have a wash. And the amount of washing water in something like this, you can't get a shower, so it's all right if you go out to town and you get so plastered that you can't be bothered to drive home again, you end up sleeping in something like this. Well, that might be fair enough. But in all honesty, if you're thinking of going away for, say, a week or two, unless you're particularly tough, then I wouldn't use it. I slept in cars all over the place, but I think at my age now, I want a bit of comfort, such as the odd wash now and again. Right, now having said all that, we've got a tent in the roof, which will considerably add to the cost. Now, what most companies do nowadays is they who produce cars for sleeping in, is you get a separate mattress. So, and that, rather than sleeping on the car seats, which are not particularly comfortable. I've done it often enough myself. What I used to do when I slept in the car, in fact, I'd stick my legs in the back in the boot. I'd bring the seat down, and then I'd sort of sleep in a L shape, something along those lines. And later, when I had a Mercedes and I couldn't sleep with my legs there because the seat didn't come forward, I'd turn the passenger chair, put the passenger chair down as far as it would go. Admittedly, it was slightly better profiled for sleeping in than that one, and then I'd sort of sleep with my legs down there somewhere. I mean, I could sleep normally, I didn't have a problem sleeping. But it's all the same. It's not. To get older, occasionally you do need to use the toilet during the night when you get older. Unfortunately, so far for me, I've managed to avoid that one, but unlike most of my mates of my age. Right, anyway, let's have a look at that. You got a bit of storage here. You know, the modular things that come out. This will stack up. This is 6 sitting places. Oh, let's see how they manage that. There, okay, you've got an outside shower. But you know, okay, if you're happy to do that, then fair enough. Anyway, so there you go. I've tried to put this to be realistic about this van here. So what I suggest you do instead of something like this is to get yourself a motorhome or a campervan. There you go, cap coast and cap land or cap lawn. So we just sold this one here, 497. It's a 534 one as well. Let's go and see that for comparison purposes. So this thing here will cost 57,181. It starts off at 46,500. It's got a built-in toilet, 534 centimeters. That sounds a bit more interesting. Right, I'm sure you may be thinking, what's the point of that here? This rear bench that makes a bed, sorry. And so without that, you couldn't really do the bed. So I know it looks a bit silly in such a small van, but that's how that works. Storage up below. Toilet is located here at the back, built in. You've got a built-in shower down there. So this seat on the top, so you can actually, when you come here, as you heard, it's in by Velcro. Sit down here. You can open your fridge and admire what's in the fridge. Alternatively, you could admire what's in the fridge whilst you're using the toilet. You can see what's going to go in whilst you're getting rid of what's going out. Okay, the shower, you might think, well, that's not very practical, but I mean, okay, it is a 534 centimeter long car, so can't really complain too much at that, in my opinion. Obviously, you're going to have to be careful with the water. And there's your wardrobe. And additional storage below. And of the two, I'd have to say that this is by far the most sensible of the two. Now, this thing here is needed for the bed construction. There's part of the bed construction, and so that's why that's there. Oh, we've even got parts of the bed here as well. Thing is, where you're going to actually store the whole thing. That's okay. It hasn't got a lot of space inside, but it's only 534 centimeters, so therefore I think that of the two, I'd go for that one. Now let's have a walk around the stand, see what else there is. This thing here, this Red Addict, came out in January this year, 2020. It's 541 centimeters in length, so it's not much longer than the second one we just saw, but obviously it's high, and it's got this obviously the tent in the roof, cost is very similar. Okay, it's 56,645, and you've got all this extra space. Obviously it's wider, but look, better off getting something like this, in my opinion. However, it could be that you live in a block of flats, you've got nowhere to store it, so if you're underground parking, something like that, so it won't fit. Yeah, I understand that. It could be you might have other parking problems. It is a rather more, how shall I put it, conventional campervan approach. Maybe you're using it for your work, so therefore you don't want people to think you're traveling around in a campervan. I don't know, could be that, and I don't understand that as well. Coming up with something like this. This is the Fun D60. And what's good about this is this bed will go up and down on your requirements. So you want to carry something around, you can do so, and you get more space in the back. And I'll show you that by going out to the back. Look at what space you got there. So this is Caravan Salon 2020, because we've got the COVID crisis still with us. It's not like it's been in previous years. It's a bit sad for me to actually see it in a way, you know. So here normally we would have had, so we've got Fiat Ducato, then we'd have Iveco, then we'd have Renault down there, we'd have Ford, and there would be Mercedes, and these were the, but this year, because of the situation, there's half the people aren't here, but half the people are here, and so that's one thing to be pleased about. So this one here is the Camper 5. It costs 50,269 euros, and it's 636 centimeters in length. So I mean, now we have actually sort of considerably increased what we're doing. Rather odd setup here. 2 sitting places, a table next to the bunks. D55, 51,390. More traditional type camper van. Show you the full range as I'm here and nobody else is. Select D55, 53,500. I like the ergonomics. I think it's very attractive camper vans, these ones. I like the colour scheme of this as well. I think the darker wood looks nicer, whether or not though lighter colours as a rule work better with vans because of the light. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And I'll show you a couple of really big ones, or really big 636. Here we can see how the shower unit works in something like this. Shower down there. And here you've got your wardrobe, so that makes best use, I think, of the space. This one here is pretty odd because it has got a rear lounge in a 636cm camper van. Bed in the roof and lounge at the back. Odd, eh? D62. This thing here might look a bit odd. But the gas has to go somewhere. Looks like a motorhome, this one. And in my effort to put people off buying a car rather than a van, finish off with this one, 55,000 euros. So as you can see, the cost of a van is roughly the same as that of getting yourself a car. But we have to bear in mind, of course, that the length of the thing. Well, I did start off with showing you a small van, a short one, which wasn't much longer than the second car. Of course, the first one we started off with was under 5 meters, and so now we're on to 636. So there is, of course, a difference, but there's not much in the way of the difference of price, which I think has to be the thing there to consider. Right, so were you interested in that? Was that something you found it could be useful? So come back to where I started from, and I'll just compare the thing once more. Space. And storage. And bear in mind the tent is open, so it seems as though it's even bigger than it really is. Right, I hope I've made my point there. If you found that of interest, then you might want to subscribe. And if in future years you're thinking of coming to Caravan Salon, well, we can only hope that this situation this year is a one-off. But even so, even in this one-off year, look at all this. Look at all these vehicles that are here. I mean, even there's no way, even if you came here for every single day in this exceptional year, no way could you see everything which is available. And this is just one hall of several. So that is, I hope that in saying all of that I have made my point. Anyway, good. So I'm going to come back to the car here, and so leave you with a view of this one, the Cap Coast from Dreamer, at a price of €61,285 and 4 cents. And hope you found that interesting. If you did, then you might want to subscribe. Lots more things related to motorhomes, campervans, RV life, places I've been to on my channel. Thanks very much for watching.